We may be more familiar with the Band Council system, which was put in place by the Indian Act to govern Indians on Indian reserves. But that system does not govern all, or even most, Indigenous people in British Columbia. And it certainly has not extinguished everything that came before it. These situations are complex and intertwined with historic and ongoing colonialism. Members of this House have the responsibility to understand that and the impacts of it. Before the 1950s, it was illegal for Indigenous people to hire a lawyer to defend their rights. And now, 70 years later, with many cases on the books, including a Supreme Court victory that stole more than a decade of my own father's life, it appears Indigenous people are not much further ahead than when it was illegal to have representation in the courts. The members of the Crown continue to twist language, erode understanding, and manipulate the outcomes, or just sign interim agreements and leave Indigenous leaders, elected and hereditary, in an awful bureaucratic purgatory. Let's not deceive ourselves. Statements conjuring rule of law serve a very specific purpose. The unwillingness to publicly clarify the role of elected Indian Act band councils and traditional leadership under Indigenous law serves a very specific purpose. We must be honest about who wrote the laws, who they wrote them for, and how we improve them going forward. I ask, where is the militarized RCMP or police response to all of the women who have been raped and murdered? The Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women Inquiry said the violence inflicted on Indigenous women is genocide. Where is their army?